All right. My name is Tim Gallagher, and this is my cleaning firearms lab project. In this project, we have to compare the cleaning of two similar pistols by two different ingredients. Here I have two SIG P320s, one full size, one compact, and the substances I will be using is Lucas gun solvent and Lucas gun oil versus the modern Spartan Systems accuracy oil and carbon destroyer. Once again, I will ensure that the firearms are completely safe. Nothing in the chamber, nothing on the extractor, nothing in the magazine well. Same thing here, nothing in the barrel, nothing on the extractor, nothing in the magazine well. Alright, in order to assemble this pistol, it's actually pretty easy, though sometimes it can be hard. Move that switch that way. You don't have to pull the trigger on these. That's what's so good about P320s. Unlike other brands, you have to pull the trigger to get the slide to go forward. Just bring it out, slides out. Move the spring and ride guide, and remove the barrel, and slide. The bottom piece of note, this is the fire control unit. This actually does come out. I can take this one, put it into this pistol, this and this one. They swap back and forth. The same things, for this version, the slides can be swapped back and forth also. Now when you get to the smaller version, you can't put the full size on that, but the compact can go either way. Same thing on this one. Sometimes it's a little tough to move that switch. Slide it forward. Once again, barrel, up the slide. So what we're going to do is we're going to wipe these down first, just for the sake of wiping them down before we go ahead and put the products on them. For the full size, I'm going to use the Lucas oil, which actually is what SIG actually ships gun oil. The Lucas gun oil with its product, a little sample pack, it's what it recommends. These actually were recalled for the drop test, well, voluntary recall. I sent them both in. Really didn't change much on them. It changed the way it engaged and lightened the trigger up. They're not as heavy as they were. I wish I had the old trigger to show you. So when the slide is hit, the trigger can't go. Saving the white cloths for afterwards. So we're going to go ahead and do the solvent here. And dip this one in there. Got two different brushes there. And because this really doesn't come with any instructions on how long to leave the solvent on it, unlike the modern Spartan Systems, which does. It says 3 to 5 minutes, so we're going to go ahead and leave it on for 3 to 5 minutes. And we'll scrub at it. There. Just going to pour a little bit versus using a patch. All right, let me wipe my hands off, and then we'll go into the other side. Carbon destroyer, modern Spartan Systems. Let's says to liberally do that, which is the same thing as I did on the other side, so we'll go ahead and do that. And I got a different brush for that, we'll brush it a little bit. Let these sit. While we're doing that, we'll go ahead and clean up the rails. I decided not to take out the fire control units. You can clean them up. You can just wipe them down from here. It's kind of a your choice kind of deal. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll just take a Q-tip if they're not that dirty and clean them up a little bit. This one's just came from range last weekend. Probably put about 500 rounds through both of them. Always seems like the full-size ones are dirtier than the compact. These out. What I also like to do, I'll do that in a second, is take canned air and blow it out. Any gunk or anything that's in there. You can also use some of the carbon destroyer in here. Blow some of this out. What you can do also is use some in these rails, but we're just going to wipe it down. You can blow this out to you. You feel like you got some crud in there, a little bit of dirt or something. The only problem with Q-tips is you got to watch out because of the fraying on the ends. Sometimes they'll get caught up in stuff and you won't notice it, and it'll stop your striker from firing. It will do it. Had it done to me. Try to use lint for your cloth again, much like with the Q-tips. You don't want stuff sticking to it. That's looking pretty good. Move over this side. And just same thing. Go over some of the rails. Get a little bit of dirt off here. Never seems to get as dirty as the other one. Funny part is I fire this one more. Notice you use the brushes on this. You can brush it out a little bit better. Look on the rail here. Sometimes you'll get some buildup, especially right in there, carbon. Let that sit a little bit. The important part is actually to read the manual, look at the manufacturer's recommendations, because a lot of times they'll recommend certain things, and if you have a problem with your pistol and it gets recalled or it needs to be repaired, the first thing they're going to ask you is what products are you using on it and what ammo you're shooting out of it. I had an extractor problem one time, and when I called them up, that's the first thing that came out of their mouth was what product are you using on it. And at the time I was using CLP. They're like, okay. And then they said, well, what ammo are you using? Well, tried it with 5 different ammos. 3 of them were no manufacturers, like Winchester, Federal, stuff like that. The other 2 were local manufacturers. And, luckily I used the name brands because they wouldn't have recalled it otherwise. They would have just told me, hey, you're using the wrong ammo on our pistols. That's why it's not working. Let's move on to the rail here. Since the upgrade, I probably put about 1,000 rounds through both, so they're not really that dirty. Let's see, by my clock, those should be ready to start being worked on. Take a little scrub brush. We'll do the modern Spartan system first. Scrub the barrel. Alright, take the white t-shirt. Let's see how dirty it is. Not looking too dirty. A little bit. Yeah. Getting some off. Run a patch through it. It's probably too big. I got some smaller ones if they are. Run a dry patch. There we go. What we'll do is we'll rub and do a brush through it. Take a little bit of this carbon destroyer and put it on here, and then run that through. Look at that, it's pretty dirty. Do that again. That one's not too bad. I'm gonna run the bore brush through it again. Got a little bit more. Alright, we're going to go ahead and run a dry patch. I think we got what we're going to get out of it. More. And then we'll put some accuracy oil in it. There we go. Alright. Put some accuracy oil in it and let it sit while we do the other side. It seems a little thick. That's it. Actually, going to take this and wipe this down since we used it. Alright, it's going to clean up the guide and guide rod. We're just going to go ahead and wipe that down. I don't expect to get much off this. Get that pin out of the way. Don't need it anymore. Put this over. And you can put, we'll go ahead and put that together. You can put the oil on the rails. You see to put a little bit there. Not sure how good we wipe down the cotton with this. I'll put this back together. Put a little bit on the rail. So I put some of these little parts here. Mostly where we pull the carbon out of. It'll help later. So basically we're reversing everything. Back in. Let's do that. Don't know why. Slide in. There we go. Lock it back. Let you go forward. There we go. Alright, on to the other one. Not too bad. Carbon destroyer, took some carbon off of it. We'll see how it compares to the solvent. So again, we'll do a little scrubbing since it's been sitting there. Let's try the white shirt test here. See how much came off of it. So yeah, they got about the same number of rounds through them, so you'd expect they'd be just as dirty. It looks like we're getting a little bit more than the other one. Not really sure. Do a comparison here in a second. Yeah, looks like solvent got more. Definitely. I don't know if I was shooting dirtier powder out of that one or what. I mix ammo, not a specific ammo hog. So they both got pretty much the same rounds put out of them. Use a lot of precision ammo, defender ammo, and angel fire. So I use a lot of remanufactured. Just prefer it. It's cheaper. 115 grain. So wipe this down here, and then we'll do the solvent patches. Lube it up a little bit and see how it goes. All right. Take it, put some solvent on it. Down the barrel. Yeah, came out about as dirty as the other one. Do one more. use some dry ones. How often do I clean my firearms? Depends upon which one it is. I like to give at least the barrel gets a wipe down. The outside gets a wipe down when I get back from the range. That's a definite. I didn't do these when I got back from the range because I knew I was doing this with them. But the rifles, both, they did. They didn't get a thorough clean. They get basically a wipe down. Get the carbon built, much of the carbon that's built up on them off. I didn't go detail clean. I didn't take the whole boat apart, that kind of stuff. We're still getting dirt out of it. Or carbon, I should say. I've used a lot of different products in the past. I've actually used solvent straight out of, I was in the Army, straight out of the motor pool. On our Browning machine guns, our M2s. I'm just going to wipe this pad down and get some of the excess solvent on it before we oil it up. But that one came out pretty clean. Of course, military grade CLP. Use this foaming bore agent, gun scrubber. But I've settled down on Lucas right now. I don't know, the Spartan system seems good. The accuracy oil is what it said, yeah. I've used frog lube. I will not recommend that. I think I've stated that many times in the discussions and stuff. We got some free frog lube from giveaway or something, and decided to do my AR in it. And we heated it up. I took out I followed the instructions. I wound up using a blow dryer, set on hot, and did everything the way it was, and it went on goopy, and it melted on it and adhered into the molecular structure, as it says. And go ahead and put this on. Well, took it out. I probably put 5,000 rounds through it, and it just kept getting goopier and goopier. The more it fired, the hotter it got. Yeah, it was fine, but it got goopier and goopier, and there was no wipe down to it. I mean, when you trying to wipe that goop down, it was crazy. I finally said screw it and put my ultrasonic cleaner, and it took probably about 3 tries to my ultrasonic cleaner to get that bolt clean. And it's still, I don't think it's fully clean. I don't think I got all the gunk off of it. It's going to be a while. Next time I do a detail cleaning, pull the whole bolt apart, and I'll throw it back in the ultrasonic cleaner and do it that way again. Usually the solvents I just use, like the carbon destroyer and stuff like that. I don't use that for my detailed stuff. When I really need to detail clean it, I'll throw it in the ultrasonic. I'll use that stuff because the Lucas stuff you put into the ultrasonic cleaner too. So I know guys use simple green. I guess that works. That's just another way, I guess, of doing it. I don't know. Alright. That's all wiped down. We'll put this one back together. For the most part, it looked like the Lucas solvent did a better job. Now, as far as the oil goes, I've seen a lot of videos when we got this stuff with the cleaning kit. I was looking at it, and I've seen a lot of videos do tests, high friction tests. The accuracy oil did very well on those tests, better than anybody, better than the Lucas. The Lucas probably did better than the next. It was probably number 2 on the list, and then everybody else. I mean, some of them were god awful. And neat thing is you got this little applicator here, so you put some, you don't have to use this if you don't want to. I still use it just to get into some parts, and also once I get a good drop down, I'll rub it around. And I'm still pulling carbon off there. And once again, I gotta get the rails oiled up. Basically want oil anywhere where there's going to be friction. And you don't, I'm not a specific lover of using grease. I know people do. You don't want to put grease where you're going to get a high amount of dirt. And just like you don't want to put a lot of oil where you're going to get a lot of dirt. So, going to put this back together. Hopefully I don't do it backwards again, which is, there we go. A little bit easier with the full size. Slide it on. Oh, these ones are getting caught. There we go. Back. Rotate the pin and forward. And there we go. That's my cleaning of 2 pistols. Like I said, it seems like the solvent did better. White shirt, t-shirt stuff. As far as the oils are concerned, we'll see how that turns out. You know, they say the more applications, the better it gets. I used it on the barrel of my M1A, which is set up in a like sniper configuration for long range shooting. So hopefully that'll help a lot more with that. But we'll see. I mean, it seems nicer. It's a little thicker than the extreme duty oil. Do like the applicator on this. It's a little better. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But so far it seems like the Lucas solvent did better than the carbon destroyer. We'll see how that works out. I'll try it again on another firearm later. All right, once again, Tim Gallagher, Cleaning Firearms Lab Project. That's it.